Hi everybody, my name is Robin and I'm going to be focusing on field the social justice key learning experience. Um, so everybody knows I've been working with mental health partners in Longmont. I switched from Mindful Works in Boulder, which was just not a good fit for me. And there's a lot of different key learning experiences that I could talk about from this semester. Um, but I think I actually want to focus more on my experience just in this program and um, my experience with mental health and just identifying my own well being throughout this process and how I've been able to develop more self awareness and recognize when maybe I'm not operating at my optimal self, and that would probably impact my role as a social worker in any agency that I'm with. So, um, when I started at Mental Health Partners, I came on board as a care coordinator intern, and this was just back in February. But I've been doing a lot of different trainings with mental health partners, which has been awesome because I love learning as much as I can in these condensed trainings that they offer us. And so I signed up for Assist, which is a suicide prevention training, and I thought I would be completely um, in a mindset where I could handle that, and they were offering it at their Boulder location. It was a full day from 8:30 to 5 on I think it was a Tuesday and a Wednesday last month. So I signed up, and the week before, I had quite a bit going on. I mean, this semester's been pretty intense for me because I've been taking 5 classes, plus the internship switch of agencies. I've been working about 20 hours a week at Mental Health Partners, and then balancing everything as a single parent to my 6-year-old son. Plus, I have a small online business. So my time has been incredibly limited. Um, and I went ahead and signed up for this Assist suicide prevention training, thinking I would be in the right mindset and the capacity to do it. But the week prior, I had witnessed a horrific car accident heading up to Estes Park to pick up my son, and there was a fatality involved. I was assisting with that accident before the paramedics and police arrived, and um, I saw this individual lose his life. And I've never witnessed anybody die before, and so that impacted me in a way that I really didn't expect. Um, I was pretty emotional about it, and I definitely was experiencing secondary trauma from just going through an event, a trauma like this. It seemed to stay with me, and I couldn't really shake it for a while. It took me a couple weeks to shake it. But when I went into the Assist Suicide Prevention training, the first day was okay. The second day, for some reason, I was way too overwhelmed, and I ended up having to leave halfway through the training that day. So I didn't actually get my certification because I didn't complete it. But I had to identify what was going on with me internally and just um, considering my own mental health and well being and how emotional and just um, I was dealing with grief, and I didn't even know this person. And so it just was kind of like this wake up call for me, like, how am I going to, you know, I started to question my ability as a social worker and working with people in really difficult situations, and especially with trauma and death. And just it made me question my ability in being able to be a competent social worker and just being so affected by this car accident. So I left the training, and um, I started to feel insecure about myself and just my, how I'm going to be able to move forward in the social work profession with taking on secondary trauma, and is that going to be a problem for me? So I reached out to my supervisor, and I explained to her what was going on in my personal life, and just how I'm already working at this level that's just, I feel like I'm running on fumes with my energy, and I haven't been getting enough self care. She was so supportive, and she was really encouraging me to take some time for myself, take a few days off from work and more if I needed to, in order to take care of my own health and well being. And I was just honestly so I felt so grateful to be part of such a amazing organization that supports mental health the way that Mental Health Partners does. And I feel like our society and culture needs to change. The idea around mental health and self care and well being, and recognize that when you're taking care of your mental health, that's actually when you're going to lead a more optimal life and be better at whatever you choose to do with your profession and also with your relationships. So mental health is it's critical. And I felt really supported by my supervisor and mental health partners. So that was really good. So what I noticed the overall importance from this experience in the assist training was knowing that my mental health needs to be good in order to take on something so heavy like that. Um, Even when I thought I could do it, I wasn't capable of doing it. And so I think just really being aware of where I'm at with my health, my mental health, my self care, my sleep, my diet, so many different aspects that I need to stay on top of. So, some of the skills that I learned from this particular experience is just how to maintain professionalism even when um, I'm feeling highly emotional and dealing with um, secondary trauma and questioning my ability. I still maintain professionalism and my integrity. And I developed more self awareness in the process and just um, identifying when my own needs are not being met and how that's going to impact my ability to care for others, and just how important it is to stay on top of my own well being and my mental health. Um, I learned some lessons here about burnout. I definitely was experiencing burnout quite a bit this past semester and going through some additional things outside of all the responsibilities that I have. Not only had I witnessed that car accident, which set me over the edge, but I was also involved in two car accidents within 3 months of each other this past semester, or this semester we're in right now. So there's just been too much on my plate. And lessons learned for me is that I am not going to be effective in caring for others until I'm caring for myself first and foremost. Um, so it was kind of a wake up call experiencing this burnout phase and knowing, thankfully, what I need to do for myself in order to get back to baseline, but then having the support from my internship and my supervisor encouraging me to take care of myself and not letting that um, impact my role or responsibilities with work. They were able to they were encouraging me to take care of myself first and foremost. So the overall impact from this experience and being with mental health partners is honestly just helped me to develop more passion in wanting to be involved in the mental health field. It's so important, and everybody needs to consider mental health. And I think that clinicians in the mental health field are going to be highly in demand. So I think this is a good area for me to get involved with. But it's been more of an eye opening experience and just developing more self awareness in what I need to do so that I can be an effective social worker in the mental health field. Okay, that's all. Thanks so much. Bye.